welcome to the 2009 baseball season preview here on the Big League Baseball blog.blogspot.com. That's a mouthful, by the way.
It is.
We're here previewing the NL West this time. And a lot of people from the Big League Baseball blog, we talked to them during the NL Central blog, getting a little bit of their input on the whole thing. Really like the Dodgers. What do you think about the Dodgers, Curtis?
I agree. I think they're going to run away with... I shouldn't say run away, but I can see them winning this division by about 5 games. The funny thing is, I usually like the teams that have, 1, 2, maybe 3 pitchers that can really shut offenses down. Arizona is the team that has that. Brandon Webb and Dan Herron. I just think that offense that the Dodgers come with, Manny just fits that team so perfect, right in the middle of the lineup. The Hudson signing makes him better defensively over Jeff Kent, and probably offensively nowadays. But a lineup of Furcal, Hudson, Ramirez, Russell Martin, and all-star catcher Matt Kemp, who could go 30-30 this year, James Loney. Andre Ethier is going to hit 7th, and he hit 24 bombs, 80 RBIs. And Casey Blake's going to hit 8, and he's probably going to hit 20 home runs. So their offense is going to carry them. Their pitching, that's what struggles. Struggles being probably a little harsh, but they have a lot of number 2 and number 3 pitchers, not really any ace on a staff.
I should go ahead and introduce us, by the way. That was Curtis talking. He's the brains. The Tim Kirchin of the Big League Baseball blog.
That's right. That's why there's no listeners to this show.
Exactly. I am, I'm Carl Ravage. I'm Zach Burleson here, your host. So let's keep moving on.
I might be taller than Timmy, but it would be
You
close.
might be, but maybe just barely. Let's keep moving on. We touched a little bit on the Diamondbacks there. What do you think about the rest of this division?
Well, I think it's going to go the Dodgers, Arizona. I have San Francisco finishing 3rd, which I'm sure that's going to raise a lot of eyebrows. Colorado 4th and San Diego 5th. The GM in San Francisco has really done a good job with this team. Everybody really doesn't understand the signing of Renteria or Aaron Rowan from a couple years ago. But that pitching staff of Lincecum, the big unit, if he can get 170 innings out of him, Matt Cain, Barry Zito looks like he might have found a little bit on how to be a control pitcher. He's still the worst signing in baseball history at that amount of money. And then Jonathan Sanchez is your number 5. I'll tell you what, that's 3 left-handers in a starting staff. They're just really missing it offensively.
So has the whole thing with Barry Bonds, is that kind of gone out of San Francisco now, you think?
Yeah, that aura is gone. In fact, my in-laws live right outside San Francisco, and everybody's kind of moved on from the Barry fiasco. The thing is, and what's really funny, if San Francisco really would have anteed up and paid for Manny Ramirez, they would have won the division going away. That's how much of a key Manny is in this division. No, but you throw him in the middle of this lineup, it just makes them that much better. All you need is 3 runs a game out of 3 of the starters with Cain, Lincecum in the big unit when he's on. So San Francisco's, they're getting better. And, they were like the Pirates a couple of years ago. But they've really got it turned around. I think the GM Sabian there, and he's really done a good job.
Well, let's talk about a team that's kind of gone the opposite direction a little bit. Since 2 years ago, the Rockies in the World Series, they trade Matt Holliday in the offseason. Where do you see them finishing? I
have them 4th. It's you're really struggling. You have a guy by the name of Ryan Spilburrows. He's just a journeyman. He's going to lead off. Tulowitzki, if he can stay healthy, he can be an all-star shortstop in the National League. He'll hit 2nd. Helton's he's just in decline, but you can't do much. He's just got a contract that kills you. He'll hit 3rd. Atkins will be 4th. Hop 5th, who had good years last year. This Chris Ionata is the catcher. He really had a quality year last year, and they expect more from him. He'll hit 6th. Seth Smith, I'll be honest, I don't know anything about that guy. He'll 7th. Clint Barnes, who had a good year a few years ago, he'll hit 8th and play 2nd. It's just that pitching staff. But you know what? Any team that has Jason Marquis on their pitching staff, they're not going to do much as an organization.
So that only leaves the Padres.
Yeah, they're
what
struggling.
Do they got?
Well, I think we all would agree. I think Jake Peavy is going to be traded at some point. I think I'll tell you what, if he does get traded to the Cubs are going to be tough to beat in the Central. That's where everybody has him going. But a little rumor I heard was that he could possibly go to Milwaukee, just like CC Sabathia last year. So, you know what? That does get interesting at that point if he goes there, and that really throws a wrench in the NL Central. if he stay. I don't know why you'd stay. I would try and get some prospects because this team's just struggling. Tough ballpark. They just need to get more quality arms than they have. They have PV at the front of rotation. Chris Young, he's just not healthy, but God, when he's healthy, he's got good stuff. I can't even pronounce the number 3 starter, Chase Sung Back. He's your 3, but he had a great year for them last year by Padres standards. Kevin Corey is the 4, Sean Hill's the 5th. Guys you've never heard of. Heath Bell is the closer. They don't know if he can close. He's never been a closer in his life. Trevor Hoffman's left. I mean, he was a staple of the franchise.
That's what I was going to say is how much pressure is he under to have at least a decent season after you got to follow Trevor Hoffman.
Right, and we know how tough it is always to, follow legends. Aaron Rodgers has done it with Brett Favre
Sure.
in the NFL, and just that comparison. It's tough to follow those guys, So, there's just a lot of weight on his shoulders. So, it's just interesting. Lineup really struggles. The funny thing is, being a Cardinal fan, Eckstein's there. He's going to play second for San Diego. That's fun to see. You got to root for a guy like that. He just works hard.
Sure.
Brian Giles hit third. Adrian Gonzalez is a big. If he gets hurt on this team, they could possibly be the worst team in baseball.
Wow.
Because he's got some pop in his bat. Anybody can hit 25 home runs in that ballpark is definitely key to the lineup. Kuzmanov, he'll hit you 15 or 20 bombs, but he's more of a line drive hitter. And then after that, they're really struggling. So they are bad. They're in bad shape.
Anything else you'd like to mention about the NL West for this season?
No, I just really like the Dodgers, but I can see the Diamondbacks stealing this division. I mean, their lineup's not bad. They got Felipe Lopez. J.D. Drew's brother's getting better and better. Steven Drew, the shortstop, he's up and coming. Really figured it out the last 2 months of the year. Funny thing, they got Chris Young hitting third. He really strikes out, but he's got some pop in his bat. Connor Jackson, you know what you'll get from him. He's going to hit 300. He's going to hit 20 home runs. He's going to drive in close to 100 RBIs. That's huge. The other one is B.J. Upton's brother, Justin Upton. We know what BJ did in the playoffs last year. He had 7 home runs. They say Justin is better than BJ easy at his age. And so Justin's only 21. He was the youngest major leaguer in the MLB last year. And he's going to hit 5th. He's only going to get better. Chad Tracy, Mark Reynolds. In fact, in the last 3 years, Mark Reynolds has most home runs as a third baseman, or third most home runs as a third baseman in the last 3 years, behind A-Rod and David Wright. And then Chris Snyder's catcher, and he'll hit 8th. So they've got a quality lineup.
Yeah, definitely. So. All right, well, we thank you for joining us for the Big League Baseball blog.blogspot.com's NL West preview. We thank Morgan back there producing, Curtis talking about all the teams, and I just kind of sit here and shake my head yes. If you want to email us, go ahead and email at bigleaguebaseballblog@gmail.com. You can always comment on these posts as well, and thank you for listening.